I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for all the people who work to make our town a wonderful place to live. Be with us as we work to make decisions which we hope will be for the benefit of all. And as always, help us to do good work and to be good to one another. Amen.
Amen.
That was good, Susan.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, you should have.
Roll
That
call.
was a good one, though. Meadows,
Here.
Cowherd,
Here.
Harville,
Here.
Elbert,
Here.
Venable,
Here.
Davis,
Here.
Atkinson,
Here.
Young.
Here.
Hearing of citizens' comments. Does anybody want to get up and say something? And there are none. Approval. God bless you.
Oh, Susan's got it.
Approval of the minutes from March 4. Any suggested changes or corrections? Then they will stand as submitted. There are no consent items. Presentation of accounts and claims, it's on page 6.
Ordinance appropriating money. Be it ordained by the council of the city of Boonville as follows. Section 1, for the purpose of paying salaries and various accounts against the city of Boonville, which have been allowed by the council at the regular meeting thereof on March 18, 2024, the sum of $420,540.32. General fund, $256,250.76. Sanitation, $22,452.10. CIP tax, $19,707.39. Waterworks, $78,555.58. Capital projects, $1,401.76. Wastewater, $31,094.60. Tourism, $10,067.28. Gaming, $116. Parks and Water, $894.85. Kemper sales tax, $0.00. Economic development project, $0.00. The accountant is hereby authorized and instructed to draw checks on the respective city bank accounts in favor of the persons whose salaries and accounts have been allowed as above, amounting to $420,540.32, being the total amount of money being appropriated. Section 3, this ordinance shall take effect and be enforced from and after its passage. First reading on March 18, 2024, read for the second time this March 18, 2024, since a copy was made available prior to the meeting.
Second reading, title only.
Ordinance appropriating money.
Mayor, I make a motion that we pay these accounts and claims.
Thank you, Susan. Second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Meadows,
Yes.
Cowherd,
Yes.
Harville,
Yes.
Elbert,
Yes.
Venable,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Atkinson,
Yes.
Young.
Yes.
Item 7, unfinished business. Third reading of bill number 2024-02, approving the budget for fiscal year 24 and 25.
An ordinance accepting and approving the budget for the city of Boonville, Missouri for the period of April 1, 2024 through March 31, 2025.
Is there a motion?
I make a motion we approve the budget.
Okay, second?
I'll second.
You have a motion and second. Discussion? Whew. For all those blank pages, you think you have some questions. Okay, roll call.
Meadows,
Yes.
Cowherd,
Yes.
Harville,
Yes.
Elbert,
No.
Venable,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Atkinson,
Yes.
Young.
Yes.
Motion passes. On item B, under unfinished business, second reading of bill number 2024-003, ordinance amending the rates for water and wastewater service portion of the scheduled administrative fees. That's Appendix G in the Code of General Ordinances. Starts on page 8.
An ordinance of the City of Boonville, Missouri, amending the water service rates and wastewater service rates portions of the schedule of administrative fees, Appendix G, the Code of General Ordinances, providing an effective date therefore, and repealing parts of ordinances in conflict with this ordinance.
Do we have a motion?
Mayor, I make a motion, we approve this ordinance.
Okay, got a motion to approve. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, thank you. Discussion.
Can we just, what are the rate changes?
6.7 on water and 3.2 on sewer.
Okay, thank you.
Who seconded that? I'm sorry.
did.
Thank you.
Yep. Any other questions? Roll call.
Meadows,
Yes.
Cowherd,
Yes.
Harville,
Yes.
Elbert,
No.
Venable,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Atkinson,
Yes.
Young.
Yes.
Motion passes. Item 8, new business. Knights of Columbus Road Bowling Event. It's on page 11. Don't forget to tell us who you are.
I am Mike Ivy. I am with the Boonville Knights of Columbus, Council 1061. And I'm here to have a request that the ordinance for the open container ordinance be issued for our road bowling event scheduled for June 15th. The proceeds of that will benefit the Special Olympics Missouri.
Okay. We can get that on the agenda.
Yes.
Okay. We'll let you know when it's on the agenda. How's that?
Thank you very much.
Good. Did you have any other comments? Nope. Okay. Let's see. Is there a motion?
We don't need a motion.
We don't?
We'll wait for the ordinance.
Okay.
When do we need to have the ordinance by?
I'll have it at the next
Well,
meeting.
there
Next
Yeah.
meeting? Okay, next meeting.
Okay. La Vuelta.
Yeah, good luck. I didn't know how to pronounce that either.
Okay, first and second reading of bill number 2023-04, amending fiscal year 2023-2024 budget. It's on page 14.
An ordinance of the City of Boonville, Missouri, amending the budget for the period April 1, 2023 through March 31, that should be 2024. Be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Boonville, Missouri as follows. Section 1, the budget for the City of Boonville for the year beginning April 1, 2023 and ending March 31, 2024 is hereby amended and set forth on Exhibit A attached hereto and made a part hereof. Various expense and revenue allowances unaffected by this budget amendment shall remain in effect. Section 3, all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict with this ordinance are hereby repealed. First and second reading, March 18, 2024, read for the first and second time and passed this 18th day of March 2024 after a copy of this ordinance has been made available for public inspection prior to its first and second reading.
So, second reading, title only.
An ordinance of the City of Boonville, Missouri, amending the budget for the period April 1, 2023 through March 31, 2024.
Mayor, I make a motion that we approve this ordinance.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second. Sorry.
Thanks, Andrew. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Meadows,
Yes.
Coward,
Yes.
Harville,
Yes.
Albert,
Yes.
Venable,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Atkinson,
Yes.
Young.
Yes.
Motion passes. Item C, La Vuelta, I think I got it right that time.
okay.
Bicycle Road Race 2024, it's on page 17.
I don't think they have any representatives here. But in terms of this, they would just be asking for, I think we're not doing a street closure again. I think it's just sort of a timed traffic control. Yeah, and they're changing their route this year, so they're actually gonna go out 87, correct? Yes. So,
And if I remember, last year was easy, it was a success, no problems on your
No
end.
issues, a little tweaking here and there, but
Okay,
no issues at all.
So do we like go ahead and approve this one, or?
I think that in general, if council doesn't have any concerns, there's nothing for approval because they're not asking for lifting of the open container law.
Okay.
Okay. So we're through with that item? Okay. Reports of standing committees, page 22, Planning and Zoning Commission, Drew Davis.
So we had a good meeting. Quick Trip was there and they're making an alteration to one of their signs. So kind of standard process. They're changing the height that they originally had. I think it's at 100 feet now. So it's going to be consistent with Pilot and the rest of the ones out there. Had some good conversation kind of around the planning and zoning process. So, and the minutes are in the packet. So if you guys have any questions, let me know.
So are they getting ready to start?
They were pushing trees down this
Yeah,
morning.
they were.
Yeah.
I saw a big
Yeah.
machine out there.
Yeah, they're clearing now, and then once they get everything cleared, they're gonna bring in their fill dirt, and then they're gonna have to let it all sit and settle for 3 to 6 months. So it'll kind of start, and then it'll pause, and then they'll come back in and finish up.
Thank you. Thanks.
Wow. Quick. Okay. Reports of city officials. Economic developer. Here she is.
Lucky you guys. Okay, we just hired, not me, but our organization hired Jody Hedberg, so I am thrilled to have her help. Everybody knows I needed it, so, and she's hit the ground running, so I'm excited to have her on board. A&D Barracks, you guys probably know this, but I'll just mention the Kemper Apartments LLC. They are in their second round of submission for historical designation for this site. And the Missouri Department of Natural Resources shared with the City of Boonville and Cooper County Commissioners, the Missouri Advisory Council of Historic Preservation will consider the nomination to the National Register, and that will take place April 12th down in Jeff City. CDL training, I just kind of wanted to update you guys. The Boonville State Fair Community College Commercial Driving Academy graduated their first student who received their CDL certification in February of this year. State Fair Community College has shared with our organization and office that they have received various funding opportunities through grant applications and other means for eligible students to attend the Boonville Academy at no cost. That's about 5,200 savings. You know, when the funding runs out, it runs out. So it's kind of a first come, first serve, and if you are eligible. Any eligible student living in the following counties can apply for this training opportunity at the Boonville location. So we're talking about Cooper County and surrounding counties. Boone, Audrain, Callaway, goes down to the lake, Camdenton, Cole, Crawford, Dent, Gasconade, Howard, Laclede, Marys, Miller, Morgan, Montauk, Phelps, Pulaski, and Washington. So any of those can qualify to come up and get training here. I'm working on coordinating a day in April with the director of the CDL Academy and the Boonville director of State Fair, which is Bethany Pfeiffer at the Kemper campus, to open up a chance for our area trucking companies, our state and city county officials, and any companies public schools or busing manufacturers, anyone requiring a CDL training. We're going to let them get exposed to the simulator that's there and kind of let the director talk to them about what the training is all about. So it's an opportunity, you know, everyone's saying they need CDL drivers, well, here, we brought it here to Boonville. Here's an opportunity for eligible people to get it for no cost, and an opportunity for our companies to learn and see what this training's all about. I think that a lot of them at one time, before some regulations were changed, did the training themselves, but now because there's so much regulation, it's a lot more detailed, and so we have it here. It's an opportunity, and I hope that we take advantage of it. As a District 4 Regional Director, I kind of shared with you guys that this is my last hurrah as a director, because I'm terming out, and I'm having the next meet and greet. I'm coordinating with the Moberly area economic development and Howard Electric Co-op to have it over in Howard County. And they're going to have, Moberly Economics Development Team is focusing on education and workforce. Their guest speakers will be the CMU President, CMU CFO of Finance and Administration, the Director of Missouri's One Start, which helps with workforce and certainly helped us with the Kawasaki team. Main Street Director for Fayette, the Chamber President of Fayette, Glasgow's Chamber President. And the reason why I thought it's very important to mention this to you guys is because they're going to be showcasing the Eagle Plaza, which is the downtown Fayette collaboration between the City of Fayette and Central Methodist University. This is a unique partnership to bring commerce and housing to downtown historical district in Fayette, and it's kind of a great collaboration between private and public, and moving a needle to get that done. So I'm hoping to learn more, and maybe I can bring back if they share how this is kind of working and how this ever got started, and maybe you guys know more, but I don't know very much about it, but hope to learn more. Windsor Place Industrial Park, this is an ongoing development and work in progress. Nothing new really to update except that we're hoping to hit the ground running and start marketing across the state this summer. They've got their prospectus almost finished, and so we're hoping we can take that on the road. Chamber of Commerce, we just had a chamber social at Alliant Bank last week. And it was announced there at Alliant Bank that Scott Pummel with Central Bank of Boone County will be leading the Ambassador Group program within the area chamber. And I mention this because if you want to participate more in your community by getting to know area business leaders, or you want to share your expertise or ideas to assist the community and businesses to grow, the Ambassador program through the Chamber is a perfect opportunity if you don't have time to be a board member. I'm an ambassador. I was a board member once, but you know, in this business, it was really, it was hard to do all that. But being an ambassador is a little less demanding, and it allows you to pick and choose what you want to help in your community. If you want to volunteer for different things, you can, but you don't have to. So we're developing an ambassador. So if you're not a board member, you have an organization, and they're chamber members, the workers, anybody can be an ambassador. So just wanted to let you guys know about that. I'm continuing through an ambassador, to participate in area chamber events, and I just learned at the social, we have 3 new businesses that have opened in the area. An event center in Turner Hall, they're in the process of renovating it, and they're hoping to have it up and running by the Big Muddy, a wellness and yoga studio, and another dog grooming business. Continuing to collaborate and schedule meetings with the Chamber President to include ideas and opportunities that can assist Chamber and the area members to grow and connect. As always, we're better together. Something, I'm on a committee working for the Boonslick Employment and Education Expo. This is next week, March 27th. This is our 5th annual. So I'm excited to announce that. It is going to be from 9 to 11 in the morning. The expo is open to the public of all ages. However, the focus workforce group that we're targeting are area students from high schools in Cooper and surrounding counties, including Howard, who are not attending four-year colleges and going directly into the workforce. These students are being asked prior to attending the event to come dressed for success and come equipped with a resume. We have over 40 exhibitors for the event. We have both our area junior colleges and State Fair Community College and Moberly Junior College, and we also have State Tech College, formerly known as Lynn Tech, is how I knew them. So they're all coming, and I think this is going to give kiddos a lot more exposure to and maybe not four-year degrees, but Lynn Tech, State Fair, and Moberly, they all have other training programs. They have welding programs, they have certifications, they have, State Fair has a robotic arm. So there's a lot of different opportunities. It's not like the old junior colleges when I went and all you had were given an opportunity as an associate's degree. So they're going to be there talking about apprenticeship programs, which will help students earn and learn so they can be getting certifications while working. They know different companies that are partnering to do this. So there's a lot of different opportunities for these kiddos, but it's open to the public. So if you know someone displaced in the working, please send them down there. Just to give you an idea of some of the companies coming, we've got Capital Railroad Contracting, Caterpillar, La Capri, of course, is going to be there, and they're going to have a booth. Central Missouri Agri-Service, Septagon Construction, Selenrick Construction and Energy. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, so sorry. Selenrick, okay. CMMG, the United States Postal System, MU Healthcare, Fitzgibbon Hospital, Smart Local 36 Sheet Metal Workers, Pilot Travel Center, and there's so many more. So I think we got a good representation, and I'm excited about this opening up because I was told by some of the educators that some of these kids, they graduate in May and they're like, oh my gosh, I better go get a job. So this may open their eyes to other possibilities that they may never have been exposed to. So I want to keep this going, and I think it's great that they've shifted to this target. MU Extension potential collaboration met with MU's Extension Rob Russell and Jonathan Mack this month to discuss potential community-driven projects. They are modeling after a program the University of Iowa is doing, which my husband would say go Hawks because he's from there. So, it's really neat collaboration amongst, and if you look at the site from, and I've got the link if you want to look and see what Iowa's doing, but they're trying to do that. They come to the community, see what kind of projects maybe they can take on. I gave them one, but it was a little much. So I kind of dumbed it down, sent out a survey of kind of different ideas that I've heard from everyone. Kate was able to attend. Katie attended. I had Susan Lenz with the president of the chamber attend. I had Kiwanis attend. So I had various people attending to all kind of give input and to this idea. I have not heard back from MU as to which strategy that we presented to them. I did do a prior survey prior to them coming and sent out just a brief survey because I had limited time, kind of what was people's focus and important, and just to kind of give you guys an idea of what kind of came out of that. Some of the ideas were plan to connect the Katy Trail to various points of interest around the city of Boonville, kind of like connecting it to Rolling Hills and finding different paths. So that was kind of neat. I didn't even think about something like that, but it would be nice that you don't have to, maybe find a major way and you'd have a direct path to different points of interest, the soccer field, whatever. Downtown development, there were kind of three little categories in downtown development. One of those was finding best practices of comparable communities of regulations for maintenance, safety, signage, upkeep, and/or vacancies. Another one was downtown development of marketing strategy to recruit diverse retailers, brewery, and then also downtown development of finding available funding, grants, tax credit programs for owners or investors. And then Sumner School redevelopment was another one that was brought up. They still have their 70% tax credit to the end of the year that they're still trying to promote so they can get more funding for their development. Cooper County calendar of events. Don't forget, we have an events calendar. I've had other communities reach out to me to find out how we got this set up. I was just kind of blessed. It was the right timing. But I want to make sure that you guys keep telling people about it. And I usually tell people if it's not on the calendar event, I'm not going. So, and maybe, you know, people will get that word because it is a blessing to have here. It's a one-stop shop. You can go there and find out what's going on. It's free. If you have, you know, a lot of people that are coming in here from out of town, staying at our hotels, if we have a band that's playing, put it on there and let them know. Someone might want to go eat at your restaurant and listen to a band. Howard County, Cooper County Port, just to give you a little update, it's been announced that Bill Bettridge is the port's new executive director. John Spinagle will still be there, and he's going to be the assistant director. And if you haven't driven over to the port or looked over, they've got 2 huge new grain bins that have been constructed on their site. So that's pretty exciting for our ag-based community. I just wanted to also say that I'm very thankful for KWRT and Boonville Daily News and the opportunities they give me to promote different things going on in the area. I kind of went and promoted about the 4 huge buildings that we have going to have new life, which is terribly exciting since they've been vacant for so long. I did forget to say about one building, which I was reminded when I got back off the air. About Sumner, I did forget about saying that, so I don't want to forget Sumner. That's another huge building that we are blessed to have, gonna bring new life to. So a lot of exciting times, a lot of housing opportunities that we're gonna have in the area. Went to the MEDC Summit back in January, and unfortunately this didn't turn out as well as I'd thought, but Mike Keogh was there talking about the World Soccer Cup and talked about how they are taking a radius of 175 miles and are going to be looking for hotels around that area. That's how much this soccer draws into the state of Missouri. It's not just a local Kansas City thing. The whole state, he said, is impacted. And he mentioned that they're looking for soccer fields, and I raised my hand like, we got soccer fields! And I introduced, and he gave me the card of the lady with Sporting Kansas City that was instrumental in bringing the World Cup to Kansas City. And so I introduced him to Kate, and Kate had called a meeting, and we had a meeting, and unfortunately, we don't have the facilities that these world-class athletes are needing because they bring their private chefs and they need a special kitchen, they need a special workout room, and it is quite fancy, and we don't have that.
So there's nowhere in Missouri that has that?
No, well, they said there's.
Well, right, that's my thing. Where are you gonna find that at in Missouri?
So, and they also needed 2 grass fields, and we have 1. So, but we tried, right? We get credit for trying, right? But, you know, it was an interesting conversation, and and I have to say that she was super nice, didn't you think? And she offered some suggestions, like maybe have a watch party. So I don't know where you're at on that, or even if you've explored that, but you know, those watch parties, if you've watched around the world, they're a big deal too. So you see a lot of the watch parties at Ballpark Village, and they're always having the camera. You know, there's usually a lot of people. So it could be an opportunity to market, and we're right down the road. And so a lot of things to think about for 2026. And something that's coming up this week, we're meeting with MoDOT to talk about the interstate expansion. So that'll be exciting. Something that we've talked about and we've met about. Another project that we kind of introduced to MU was these overpasses as they get expanded to see, and I think I talked to you guys this last time, to see if we can't get Boonville embedded on there. One thing that Kate has mentioned is we want it maintenance free, and that is such a forward thinker to not have future expenses down the road, because we were exposed to another town that's trying to do this same thing. They've already collected $2 million, but they are putting landscape, it's out there. And it would be a maintenance forever and ever, amen. So there's a way to do it. I've been collecting pictures and even had someone volunteer to draw a couple things. So it's something that I'm excited could be a permanent billboard for us to come in town if we can manage to get a committee to help raise these funds and do this and keep it conservative and more realistic. And I think we've got some ideas to do that. Okay, that's it.
Any questions from the council?
Nope. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Gigi.
Thank you.
City Administrator?
Just a couple things. So one, to follow up on our conversation with the coordinator of World Cup Kansas City. The teams, they actually are looking nationwide. So in case they said, like, you might be a team that's playing in Kansas City and they maybe are training in Denver. So it turns out the whole United States was an eligible training ground. So that was kind of the impetus. At first we had heard they wanted a radius, but it turned out the whole nation is a radius. So but just a couple of things I wanted to share with you guys. So one, we have put out a RFP for attorneys, for a municipal attorney. It comes due April 19th. So I'm hoping that following shortly thereafter, we'll be able to have someone that will be inhabiting the seat and helping steer us in all the right directions that we need to be doing. April 2nd is election day, so get out and vote. And just a reminder that the city does have the ballot question on the sales tax regarding recreational marijuana. I have an informational flyer, so if anyone is curious for it or would like it, it's gone to a couple of clubs, but I can certainly share that out with anyone if they're interested. And then also just that we currently have applications out for our seasonal employees, lifeguards, cashiers. I think we're still looking for all of that. We're still taking all of those. Then also seasonal gardeners and a lawnmower person also, if we can find them. So for the pool, you only have to be 14 to start out. So if your kid is turning 14 anytime in the next, or someone else's kid that you know, in the next, before May, they could have their first job. So
That it? I have nothing. City Clerk?
Nothing.
Nothing. Any miscellaneous business? Okay.
Could you announce the annual spring cleanup when it begins and when it ends, and what they'll take and what they won't take?
yeah, the spring cleanup for the bulk trash is the week of April 8th. And they will take most things you think they would take, but they're not going to take like tires. If your freezer has Freon in it, their air conditioner, they're not going to take paint. They're not going to take anything that's a hazardous waste. I also just urge everyone to, well, yes, you can clean out your garage. If you just bought a giant house that had hoarders living in it and you try to put it all on the yard, that's a little bit more than they're going to take. So yes, they'll take anything, but there is a limit. I mean, you can't just fill up your entire front yard and think they're going to take that. So, and it coincides with your regular trash day. So if your trash day is on Monday, that bulk pickup for you is on Monday. Sometimes they get a little bit behind just because it takes them a little bit. So if they miss something, you can let us know. And there's information on the website, and I think there's stuff going out on KWRT also, right? Yeah.
What were the dates again?
The week of April 8th.
All right. Anything else?
I had one other question, sorry. The lead
How are we on the lead surveys? Are we almost completed out, or how, like percentage-wise?
So we have taken a pause, so we quit doing surveys last Friday, and what we're gonna do now is we're gonna start inputting all of our data and see how we've done. I don't know, Jeff, do you know how many surveys they did total? I think the last I saw there was at like 600 or 700, so I mean, they've got a good chunk. So now, you know, in terms of the survey, there are some other means you can do to kind of, if all the houses on the same block were built in the same year, you can classify them all the same. So in order to kind of see, we're just taking a pause to see where we are for now, and then we might go back and do more lead surveys. And they're also going into all the meter pits to look in there too.
And just a reminder that local agency funding applications are getting ready to open, or are they open now?
They're open now
And until May 31st, so if there's any local agencies that are looking for some grant money, that's always kind of a really great committee, and that's coming up from now and through May, so that's an important announcement as well. We didn't have that many applications last year, unfortunately, so the more we get, the merrier, I think, so.
Anything else? Steve?
Motion to adjourn.
Who seconds?
I'll second.
Thanks, Susan.
Nobody want to go home?
Vote with your feet.